We're live. Trying to figure this out as we go. And, live events. Schedule a new event. And I'm just honestly not sure why my YouTube is having such a hard time communicating with my OBS. Sending data. Sending data. Sending data. Alright. Withheld rather not say says, I heard the bombings in Sri Lanka was in response to the Christchurch shooting that happened in New Zealand. Is that true? Oh, I don't know. Sending data. Okay, I'm online on Facebook and I'm online on Twitch. Still sending data to YouTube and D-Line. Oh! Oh! How's everyone else's day going? Because if this is how my day is going to start, I might want to go back to bed. Alright, YouTube events online. D-Live online. Let's hear it for the boys. Let's refresh that. Thank you everyone for being here. Streaming status bad. What? 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 Ah. Oh, my friends, my friends. My friends, my friends. Don't ask me what your sacrifice was for. Empty chairs and empty YouTube, where my friends shall meet no more. Alright, alright. Okay, all my information is not on stream. Why okay, okay. I will never figure this out. You guys are just going to have to get used to me being a terrible, terrible boomer for whom technology doesn't want to work. So, primary stream, we are not receiving video data at a fast enough rate. Your viewers may experience buffering. Ensure your connection is fast enough or consider using a lower bitrate. Okay, let me check my bitrate. My bitrate's down to 1200, YouTube. I don't know what you're talking about. This is as bad as it's going to get. We enjoy your boomerism. Well, thank you. I appreciate you appreciating me. Alright. And apparently, I cannot edit info and settings. Okay, there we go. Alright, I need to open. Please hold. Please hold. I'm so sorry. I had this all set up for YouTube live stream, and then I tried to get it to go, and I couldn't get that bloody thing to work. So I instead switched it to YouTube live events, which now seems to be working, but now I have to copy all of my info over. I don't even have my tags on here. And then I need my info here, copy here. Apologies, apologies, apologies. Paste. Okay, let's see. Jesus, faith, belief, apologetics, Bible, Christ, Christianity. What are some other good keywords? Oh. Seriously. Seriously. You're going to call now. Hello? Goodbye. I should just turn the ringer off. Okay. Remind me to turn the ringer off before I get off the All right, save. And hi, everyone. How's your day going? Easter worshippers. Yeah, Easter worshippers. Ladies and germs. Ladies and germs. You can't call me. I don't have that phone plugged in. Please do hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but I don't think anybody gets their notifications. If you did get your notifications, let me know. There's only 26 people in here, so I kind of assumed that no one did get their notifications. So we are going to have to do this ourselves, people. We're going to hit that like button. We're going to hit that share button. Having a boomer moment. Bruh. That's just my life. Get used to it. Yes, we are live now. Come join the Fellowship of the Cross. Fellowship of the Cross. That's us, guys. We're the Fellowship of the Cross. Kind of like the sound of that. Hey, you got your notifications. Fantastic. Oh, good. You got an early notification. How'd you get that? In decline or shifting, Reverend Mike? I think there's a shift to zealous blind... Oh, you're just going off of the thing. Okay, so, hey, check this out. I put John 3:16 up in the scrolling thing. So, for God so loved the world that he gave his only... Sorry. All right. So, again, I hope everyone has had a wonderful Monday, and that you have a continued a blessed week. How many of you are planning on going and seeing the next Avengers movie this weekend? My friend Andy worked on that movie, and thinking about trying to get him on my show, but I don't want to ruin his career. The Order of the Megalodon. No. We're the Order of the Cross. The Order of the Cross. Wait, is it the Order of the Cross? The Fellowship of the Cross. And we join here every morning. I'm going to get Chick-fil-A after I get my siblings from school. Does this make me a bigot? Yes, Nasser, that does make you a bigot. So enjoy your bigotry. I hear it's delicious. Alright, so we're not going to get into the topic of the day, which is faith in decline, until after we do tackle yesterday's commentary, which goes as follows. Yesterday's topic was very sad. It was Sri Lanka under attack, which somehow or another I messed that up. It says Shri under attack. I have to fix that real quick. Sorry, that's just me. Sri Lanka under attack. Save. Episode 129. So that makes today's episode 130. 130 episodes of cross-examinations. And actually, there was a couple before that I didn't have named yet. But, alright. Withheld, rather not say, says, Mike, I heard that the bombings in Sri Lanka was a response to the Christchurch shooting that happened in New Zealand. Is that true? I sincerely doubt it. I don't think the Muslim fundamentalist horde has ever needed an excuse to target, kill, destroy anyone. And what the people in New Zealand have to do with the people in Sri Lanka, other than the faith in Christ, I don't think you have to bother trying to put those two together. Let's see, where's my chat? My chat is not popping up, of course. Why would it? Because, that would be silly if my chat was working And I don't know how my son did it, so I don't know how to fix that other than I can put in a different chat window if you guys want the chat window. You guys want the chat window in there? I can plop one in there, but it'll just look like the one from here. Alright, DLive says there's 3 people watching. Oh, you know what I need? I need that chat window from DLive. From live dashboard. Let me see my chat. Open in browser. It's gonna work. Chat is waiting for new messages. Alright, let me pop this out real quick. Swirl it down. Hey, somebody type something in the chat. MCU is trash. Doug Tenable, probably. Somebody type something in the chat. I need to see if it pops up on my Restream it chat. And then I can put that window in here. Although I want it underneath. Where do I want it? I want, let's see, window capture. I want it under this window capture. So, add a new window capture. Window capture 3. Restream chat. Okay. Yeah, boy. And then I can just drag this over here. I'm gonna blow it up here. And then... where is it? Why is it all the way on top? I don't want it all the way on top. I want it below that. Below the line. Below the backing? No. Well, what the heck? I'll just leave. Doesn't have to look perfect, right? But I do want my chat to be shoot. Oh, you know what I can do? I forgot. I can properties. Oh wait. Restream chat. Okay. Is it properties? Filters. I can add a filter. A crop. Okay. And negative 100. Oops. 200. Wait a second. That didn't do it. That just moved it down. That's not cropping? Oh, I don't want it relative. Wait, what happened? Relative. You know what? I'm just going to leave it like it is. Okay? Just going to leave it right there. It's really disrupting my show. This is what happens. I try to do something new and interesting for you guys, and I just mess everything up because I suck at all of this stuff. Are you dual streaming this? I am quad streaming this. I am on Facebook, I am on YouTube, I am on Twitch, and I am on DLive. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that right there. Actually, no, I have to scoot it up a little bit because I don't like it on my... Oh, wait. I can change the shape of the... If I change the shape of this... Don't have to tell you I love your precious heart. I was standing... Whoops. You were there. Two worlds colliding, and I can never Tear us apart. You. Oh my gosh. Alright, that's good enough for me. Although, if I stretch it out taller, then I can drag it all the way up here. And it'll just take up the whole left side. Actually, that looks a little better. Although my ticker tape just kind of disappears. But that's fine. Alright, we'll do that. Everybody okay with that? Can I get a vote? Alright. Hi everybody, how you doing? Ethan just uploaded a video, so don't worry, he's not live. There can be only one. Great. Moving on. Wait. Is that new messages? I want to make sure I'm getting the bottom message. Alright. Look, Sketch, you're on the bottom. Okie dokie. 16 minutes of boomerang. I'm sorry, Church Bell. I did answer one question. I did answer a question. So let's go back to the other comments from yesterday's episode. Tim D'Alessandro says, Mike, doesn't a policeman, fireman, or military general or soldier wear uniforms to signify their importance? Their colorful bars showing to show their ranks, to show their dignity and bravery. I respond, yep. Tim responds to me, then why would it be laughable for priests or clergy to wear robes or vestments, especially during a mass or service? To which I respond, you just answered your own question. I explained why they donned robes and scarves to begin with, vestments, to abase themselves to the lowest common denominator, exactly the opposite of trying to signify their importance. Christ teaches that the first shall be last, and the last first, that to lead you must be a servant. He, Christ, God himself, washed the feet, which was the lowest job of a household servant, of his followers. There is never any concept of elevating oneself above others in vestige or importance. We are all equal under Christ. To take the robes of humility and turn them into the uniforms of importance is laughable in historical and Christian context. So, looks like I am... Alright, keep that down at the bottom there. Yeah, what do you guys have to say about that? That was the last comment from yesterday's show. Napkins. Yeah, exactly. Napkins. They were napkins. The U.S. was founded by dissident God-fearing Christians who wanted to be able to be free to practice a priest. Yeah, he clicked new messages finally. Sorry, David. Jeez, you know what? It's just me in here, alright? I draw comic books. I have not... Alright. So anyways. Yes, if you like my shirt, Pixel Trader has the link up to get it on the Indicron shop. Mike is immortal. Just my soul, Sheriff. Just my soul. I think it was God mortal men can't make their hair stay like Mike when they reach his ancient age. I actually do have, if you can look real close here, there is a gray hair in there. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe not. Anyways. It's my mom. Great genes for hair. She's 78 years old and she barely has any gray hair. I'm going to listen to The Trooper later on today. I need some loud and angry music today. Oh, why is that? Why do you need loud and angry? Lemons, lemons, lemons. Oh, yeah, let me check on DLive and see if I'm getting any lemons. No. There's only 3 people watching on DLive today. If you want to jump over there and watch, feel free. Remember, guys, you don't have to just build up lemons. I mean, not for this stream. I generally don't try to monetize cross-examinations. But on DLive, you can always purchase Linu. And DLive only takes 10%. So when I cash it out to PayPal, actually PayPal might take 3%. So even if it takes 13%, YouTube takes 30%. So there that is. The simple fact of the matter that YouTube takes a lot of money. Yeah, DLive pays a sketch. You can take it out either in Bitcoin, which I'll probably do, or through PayPal. Hey folks, it's the Boomer Watch Hour today. We are observing a Neo-Luddite in its natural environment. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah, tuki, tuki. And the fact that I like the Mike, for his age, makes women upset. I noticed a pattern that some or most women hit a wall after 30 years old. This is somewhat what are you even talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. There can be only one. Great. Moving on. Silver Star. Good enough. Micah, chapter 1, verse 8. Do you want me to look up Micah, chapter 1, verse 8? Is this a trap? I feel like this is a trap. Because of this, I will lament and wail. I will walk barefoot and naked. I will howl like a jackal and mourn like an ostrich. Not sure why you wanted me to look that up. It's got to be God's work. Okay, all right. I'm not 100 sketch, thank you. I'm only 47. I'm 47. You don't think it's updated? Oh, okay. Scrolling, clicking messages, ridiculous. Okay, don't want to read about your dreams, especially when they have nothing to do with anything. Alright. No, I have more than one gray hair. I have few enough that I can pluck them. I can pluck my grays. So have we go. Don't check up today. Probably never gray hair. Should have been more specific. My brother Mike. Hey brother Mike, Panda says, this is my other channel on my PC. My sketchbook 340. Alright. Okay, I want to understand. I understand DLive more. Yeah. I heard DLive is a Chinese pyramid scheme, which doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, DLive is hooked up to... I feel like a Bible is a trap, Michael. Malin. No, it's hooked up to PayPal, so you can just deliver you can transfer your Linu to PayPal after you have 2,000 Linu, which is like, I don't know, $15 or something like that. When you only have a handful of people watching, it doesn't accumulate that much. Even sent me a lemon. Thank you. 2 lemons. Thank you, Even. But the lemons are, I think that the lemons are like proof of attention, sort of like BAT, basic attention token. It's proof that you are watching and you are basically, your phone, I think, becomes sort of like a node in the system, and you have evidence. The evidence that you are involved in what you're watching is that you have to tap every so often in order to retrieve the lemons, the linus, which have, almost, it's one linu is like, what, an eighth of a penny, something like that. No, not an eighth. 8/10 of a penny, something around those. I'm not even quite sure. So you're throwing pennies at me. I appreciate the pennies, but it did take a long time to accumulate. Yeah, you don't accumulate the lemons on the PC, which I don't really understand. But it is what it is. So I won't complain. But yeah, I'm going to probably move mine over into Bitcoin. Man, Bitcoin hit 5,600 today and just stayed there. So that was nice. I have very little Bitcoin, but it's nice to see the market moving. Sketch says, you do have better hair than my mom. Was it blessed by a priest? No. If I cut my hair short, nobody would even notice. I'd just leave it long, so. The only problem with the new setup is we can't stare at Wonder Woman the whole time. Well, you got the Joker over here. I can pick his nose for you. Alright. Malin. Cracking jokes. Black Wolf just got here. Thank you. Only 27 people watching. Oh, wow. 26 likes, 27 people watching. If you have not already, please do hit the share button. Let's get some more people. We need more people in our fellowship of the cross. The Bible is the word of freedom. The world is the trap. You don't accumulate lemons on a piece. Yeah. I work on cars for a living. My shop collects lemons. No doubt, don't cut your hair, Mike. Mom will have to deal with it. Actually, it's getting to the point. I mean, it's longer than almost as long as I can reach. So it's getting to the point where I'm probably just gonna chop a chunk off. I do this every couple of years. Did you guys see ISIS is claiming Sri Lanka attacks? I did not see it, but I don't doubt it at all. Cut the tips. They're bringing back chests for PC next month, I think. Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. 1.2 cents equals 1 lino? Okay. I don't know. I haven't done the math. I don't know. I don't know anything. I know nothing. PCs was botted, so they shut down the chest. Oh. Okay. Alright. No, John Malin, I will not be cutting off my hair, and I am not a hippie. Think of me as a... What's it called? What was Samson? What do they call Samson? I can't remember what it's called. Where he doesn't cut his hair. And Loki says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Behold, this is the USA. This is why Christianity is in decline and under attack. I don't think that's accurate, but hey, let's go ahead and get into the topic of the day, which I can simply... Sorry, guys, in the chat. This is gonna cover you up. Which... Okay, it didn't cover you up, which means I did something wrong. Oh. Imagine me doing something wrong. I had this all set up. I had it all set up. It was just... Video capture device, line. Browser 2. Where is my... Browser? Where's my browser? What's going on? I don't understand anything, ever. Window capture. Right there it is! Hi. Gallup. Number of Americans who belong to a church or house of worship plummets. Most Americans still say they believe in God, but their involvement in organized religion continues to wane. A new Gallup report found that only half of Americans say they belong to a church or other religious body, down from 69% 2 decades earlier. Most of the decline is tied to the rise of the so-called nuns, those who claim no religious affiliation. Gallup found that the share of Americans who claim a religious identity declined from 90% to 77% in recent decades. So, half Americans say they belong to a church or other religious body, but still 77% claim religious identity. So there is a good quarter of Americans who claim a faith but don't bother going to church or synagogue or whatever. Yeah, I'm always encouraging you guys. This is a great daily function and fellowship and whatnot, but don't give up on going to a local church. You know what? If you need help moving, I ain't driving to wherever you live to help you move. But if you need help moving or something, and you are part of a local church, you know, you can have there'll be people there who you could be friends with. It's so nice. It's so interesting. Yeah, you should try it if you don't. So I encourage you to turn that 25%. Although there's only 24 people watching, so. Sketch, you don't have options? Then start your own church, man. Start your own. Start your own and just try to bring some people together. But even those who claim a faith tradition may not belong to a religious congregation or community, according to the report, which compared data from 1998 to 2000 to data from 2016 to 2018. At the turn of the century, Gallup said 73% of religious Americans belonged to a house of worship. That has dropped to 64% today. That's... yeah, I guess that's what I was saying. Math. The still sizable proportion of religious Americans also contribute to declining church membership, as fewer in this group belong to a church than did so 2 decades ago, the report states. Being part of a house of worship is no longer necessary for a growing number of religious Americans, said Tim Carney, author of Alienated America. This data confirms that we've been seeing for decades. American life is becoming deinstitutionalized. Carney said, Americans are less likely to belong to anything. In America, historically, the thing most people have belonged to has been the church, and now more and more people are losing that. Age and generational differences appear to play a role in whether Americans join a house of worship. Just 42% of millennials are members of churches on average, according to the report. By comparison, 20 years ago, 62% of members of Generation X belonged to a church, when they were about the same age as millennials are today. The poll found that 68% of traditionalists, which Gallup identifies as those born before 1945, are part of a church or other religious body. That percentage has declined from 78% 2 decades ago. Gallup's study also found that 89% of traditionalists have a religious identity, compared with 68% of millennials. which it defines as those born between 1980 and 2000. Not all millennials not only are millennials less likely than older Americans to identify with a religion, but millennials who are religious are significantly less likely to belong to a church, according to the report. Oh, excuse me. 57% of religious millennials belong to a church, compared with 65% or more in older generations. Among other findings, Catholics, 63%, are less likely to belong to a church than Protestants, 67%. Non-denominational Christians, 57%, are less likely to belong to a church than those tied to a specific denomination. That's interesting. Mormons have among the highest affiliation with a church, at about 90%. Jewish membership in synagogues has remained steady at about 50%. Is that all? Nope. Gallup's new numbers are striking because they suggest an even lower level of religiosity than other recent data on religious affiliation. Last year's General Society survey, a poll conducted since 1972 by the National Opinion Research Center at the University of Chicago, found that those who reported that they affiliate with no religion and those that self-identify as evangelicals are the same size, about 23%. The difference is one of wording, explained Ryan Burge, a pastor and political science researcher. While the GSS looked at affiliation, which can be more cultural, Gallup asked about membership, which might suggest a more formal connection with a specific religious body. A lot of people say they're Catholic, for example, but they never go to Mass, Burge said, or they went to college, moved away, and don't attend church in their new town. So if you ask if they're a member of the Catholic Church, they're more likely to say they're not because they don't actively attend. Burge said that the gap between the population that claims a religious affiliation and population that claims church membership shows that America is still marginally attached to civic religion. The vast majority of us think we should believe in something, that we should have some religious affiliation, he said. They're not afraid of the label of religion, they're just reluctant to engage in the activity. That ties into the larger problem in America where people aren't joining stuff as much as they used to. I don't see the not joining stuff as a problem. I've never been a joiner. That lines up with an overall lack of interest in belonging, according to Harvard University political scientist Robert Putnam, whose 2000 book, Bowling Alone, The Collapse and Revival of American Community, argued that Americans have been engaging less and less in communal social activities, bowling leagues, Rotary clubs, Boy Scouts, gardening clubs, book clubs, and more since the 1960s. Well, that's because you're destroying the Boy Scouts. I don't know about the rest. Book clubs, people just read stuff on the computer. Church attendance, Putnam told Religion News Service, has simply followed this downward trend. In fact, the data on the decline in church membership shares almost exactly the same pattern of ups and downs as engagement in secular civil society, he said. Sorry. While the acceleration of the trend may partially be rooted in the increased politicization of religion, Putnam said, it's likely much less about religion and spirituality and much more about a general disengagement with organized social activities. The gap has only partially been filled by the rise of online forms of community, researchers say, which has consequences not only for faith groups but for society at large. This is not a good trend, even from a secular perspective, Carney says. People who attend church have more connections, more friends, more support in tough times, and more of a sense of purpose. Families that attend church are stronger, and among the working class, the data suggests that people who drop out of church aren't joining anything else in its place. Brother. Okay, we're almost done here. Putnam, though, cautioned against focusing on just the rear view mirror. Just because a trend is going in a direction doesn't mean it can't reverse course, Putnam said. I actually think it's possible that the millennials will lead a renewal of civil society. There's a decent chance that we're on the verge of a major change in American society, and religion, he said, could very well be a part of that. The Gallup study was based on telephone interviews. Okay, most people don't have landlines. And most people don't give out their cell phones for telephone interviews. The Gallup study was based on telephone interviews of American adults from all 50 states and the District of Columbia. Trend data on membership came from surveys of 2,000 adults. The margin of error is plus or minus 3 percentage points. The problem... Hold on. Results for 2016 to 2018 are based on interviews with 7,688 Americans. Results from 1998 to 2000 are based on interviews with 7,184 Americans. Both have margin of error plus or minus 1 percentage point. Telephone interviews. Who are they contacting? You can't get the same people. You can't get the same number and type of people. Most people don't even answer their phones. So the amount of people who would answer their phone for a poll today is different. So I don't know what this is. Finding out that's how they got this information, I think, has totally skewed my view of the validity of this poll, either for good or bad. Interesting. I'm sorry. I'm like tearing up here, and it's not because I'm sad about this. I'm just... Alright. Let me turn off this browser. That's the wrong one. Window capture. Yay! And turn on... chat. Nope. There. No. Where'd my chat go? I know I didn't delete it. Where's my chat? That's that one. Hang out. Oh, come on. Why do I keep messing everything up? Window capture 2? I didn't move it, did I? No, that's not it. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Alright, I want to grab this. Copy this again. I'm just going to create another... No, not chat window. It was window capture 2. Come on! Oh wait, it would have been right under... It's this one. No, wait. It's gotta... Oh, restream. There it is. Alright. I'm not trying to be funny, WK. Thank you very much. Let's go back up and see what you guys are saying about this topic. All right, anybody on D Live? They're bringing back chess. Oh, just even von Scriver is over there on D Live watching this. Scrolling back up. Wow, you guys chatted a lot while I was reading that. Should I just start at the bottom and then work my way back up? Hebrews 10:24-25 explains why we need to find a comfortable church. Fair enough. I'm going to pop out this chat so I can read it better. Keep forgetting about D Live. Yeah, guys, please do sub to me at D Live if you have not already. I joined John Malin in common accord. God help this man. God, John's praying for me. That's nice. Okay. I think I'm up at the top. Church Bell says, I honestly think online groups or shows like this will start replacing church for some people. A lot of us don't want to leave the house. You gotta leave the house. There's a whole world out there. We can't all just live in these little boxes and avoid contact with other people. It's just not, it's not what we were built for. David says, at Sketch, how about a Sunday Bible study? I don't know how many Christian friends you have in real life, but just agree on a chapter and verse and everyone discuss it together. Well, you guys are going to have to do it somewhere else because obviously I don't stream on Sundays. This Sunday, Easter, that wasn't me. That was Memorex. That wasn't live. That was Memorex. What's that about us millennials? Millennials won't leave home to buy their groceries. Why would they go out for church? It's so... I know, I see it with my kids. They never want to leave the house. But it's like, come on. You gotta go out. You gotta go out. You gotta have real relationships. You know? You guys watching me and chatting with me. This isn't like a real relationship. We don't sit down and break bread together. You know, we don't go golfing together. You gotta have those real relationships in your life. That's what we're built for. That's what we're built for. And if it's hard for you, then you need to get over that. You need to work on that. Relationships is what gives life meaning, man. The term church has two meanings. I'm referring to the building, not the congregation. Right, Kitty says, I go to Bible study on Wednesdays. Rock on. Rock on. I'm going to start going to a Bible study here next month on Thursday nights. So don't plan on anything for me. Sketch says, I don't have friends, Christian or not. I am labeled broken. Those who knew me know this, and I find it hard to meet new people I can stand. Yeah. It's hard. But Sketch, it's not impossible. It's not impossible. There used to be more people who went through the motions because it was advantageous for business and social connections. Now there's just not as much advantage, says WK. That's an interesting way to think of it. Although, I still think it's advantageous towards life. I mean, think of it as networking. If you have to, you know, because networking doesn't just have to be about business, right? It's networking. You network. You networks are supposed to be friends, right? And friends help each other. They are tied. They're bound together through friendship and relationship. And so in times of need or times of trouble or times of celebration, they come together and they elevate each other, right? So yeah, the Bible is so clear about this. Do not forsake fellowship one with the other. Do not forsake fellowship. I don't care if it's hard. It's harder for some of us than others. Some of us are very, very closed off people. But it's not impossible. It's not impossible. So the Bible commands you to make the effort. It is a commandment from the Lord our God that you do not forsake fellowship with other believers. Tina Crumpet says, I think this is wishful thinking by leftists and militant atheists. I don't know. Maybe, you know what? Maybe it's the more nominal Christians just kind of being shaken off the tree, you know? I mean, granted, I know some of you are true believers, but they just don't want to join a church. But maybe a lot of these people are the ones that are just like, yeah, I don't really believe anyways, and I grew up Christian, but I don't really believe. Of course, that means they're not getting fed, and they're not getting learned, and they're not getting the opportunity to really accept and embrace Christ anyways. Hey, Jojo. Hey, Gary. Gary's here. Church Bell says, I stopped going to my church largely because I stopped feeling like I got anything out of it. I don't like our current pastor. He's not nice. He's nice, but boring. And now I work a lot of Sundays. You know how spoiled we are in America? That's just one. That's an example of. Isn't Francis Chan talking about how Christians are in like India and in China? He went to go visit China, and it's like they crave the word and they crave the fellowship and the ability. There's no such thing as a nominal Christian in those places because they are persecuted and prosecuted and jailed and enslaved and kicked out of their homes. And but here it's like, oh, I don't like the worship leader. Oh, my pastor's boring. Oh, I don't like the decor. Oh, there's a girl there that I don't like, so I'm just not going to go to church anymore. We are so spoiled here. We're so spoiled. And I think that's what creates this entire civilization of nominal Christians who really they don't care. They don't care that much. You want my phone? He's like standing there. Alright, hold on. Here. Mike is church for a lot of us. I'm not church. I'm just a guy on the internet reading from a Christian website and talking. That's not church. I'm not church. I'm not your pastor. I'm just a comic book artist. Church says, I wouldn't mind finding a church that had a nighttime service during the week. There are a few around here, but they are like those big churches, and those are intimidating. Yeah, I feel, yeah, church. I left a big church because it's not that it was intimidating. It was just that you never meet the same people, and that's the thing about a church. Even if, you know what, even if it's you talking to 2 or 3 of your Christian friends and saying, hey, do you guys want to just meet up on Thursday night, every Thursday night, and read through and discuss a chapter of Scripture? You know? And then invite people, like every week, just invite people to come and hang out with you. If you don't have a church you do like, start your own. It's the fellowship that's important. It's not the building. It's not the worship leader. It's not all that stuff. And if you truly, for whatever reason, can't fathom going to whatever churches. I mean, I've left churches but it was because of doctrinal issues. I went to a church in Austin. Great friends and fellowship. Pastor was duller than dishwasher. I had the hardest time staying awake during his sermons. Honestly, I did. It's not that I didn't learn anything ever, but he was just so incredibly dull. I almost fell asleep like every service. And but then service was over, and I had friends and fellowship. We would hang out, and we would, before church starts, after church starts, you build. That's the community, right? That's the fellowship. The teaching is just one little part of church. You don't go to church, sit down, watch the message, and then bail every week. I mean, if you have something to do, then that's one thing. But you stop and you meet people and you talk to people and you build friendships and relationships. And sometimes if you're in a bigger church, I mean, oftentimes, most times, always, if you're in a bigger church and you want that kind of experience, then you have to plug yourself into like a smaller fellowship in the church. Like most churches will have like home group fellowships. And the home groups, frankly, are more akin to what the original church was like, right? The original church was a bunch of home fellowships, a bunch of people just meeting in people's houses. Back in the beginning, the Christians didn't go to the synagogue and say, hey, I know your Sabbath's on Saturday. Can I use your church on Sunday for our fellowship? They didn't do that. So, yeah. David says, hey, haha, Mike, you aren't our pastor. I see this more like a Bible study. Yeah, sometimes. I mean, we don't always get into the Bible. Usually we're just talking. I'm just answering questions. Just answering questions. Unless there's no questions, in which case I kind of do turn it into a Bible study, don't I? But that's fine. Let's see. Where are we at? I gotta get a time check here. Oh my gosh, we are 1 minute from closing bell. Although maybe I'll go a little bit over since I did do a little bit of boomerang. A little bit of boomerang at the beginning there. John Malin says, those home groups better get their butts to church. Malin, you and I should talk sometime. Yeah, so why are you trying to get us to go to church then? fellowship. Fellowship. If you have a group to fellowship with, and you're creating your own church, I mean, that is church. That's fine. I'm not telling you have to go to some big building and whatever, but you the Bible says do not forsake fellowship, and for most people that means church. That means a organized church, Most people I can't say most. Most people can't lead. Or rather, most people won't lead. Right? And so someone has to get up and lead. And for too many people, that means going to an actual church. I hate to see a lot of boomerang, but we can have that in our living rooms. Isn't this fellowship? Tea and crumpets. If we were sitting down having tea and crumpets together, that would be fellowship. This is me talking into a camera and a microphone and reading chat. I don't pick up my phone and chat, if I'm chatting with somebody, I don't consider that fellowshipping when I'm just typing with somebody. That's texting somebody. You're just texting me. This isn't fellowship, right? It's not even a phone call. Fellowship is gathering together with people, breaking bread, taking communion, learning each other's problems and helping each other to find, solutions from the scriptures and all that. It's all communication. Yeah, but it's not. All communication is communication, but all communication is not equal. You called it fellowship. Yeah, but I was being more like why are you guys trying to get out of going to church? We don't want to call you Mike. 1 Corinthians 26-29. First Corinthians 26. King James. For ye see your calling, brethren, now how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called, but God has chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and God hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty, and base things of the world, and things which are despised hath God chosen, yea, and things which are not, to bring to naught things that are, that no flesh should glory in his presence. But of him are ye in Christ Jesus, who of God is made unto us wisdom and righteousness and sanctification and redemption, that according as it is written, he that glorieth, let him glory in the Lord. I'm not really sure how that bolsters my point. 1 Corinthians 25-30. Yeah. Not really sure how that bolsters my point. Let's see. Do not forsake fellowship. Do not forsake. Oops, spelled it wrong. Jeez. Do not forsake fellowship. Hebrews 10:25. Forsaking not the assembling of ourselves together, as is the manner of some, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching. Goofball. Let's just go to Hebrews. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. It is gathering of yourselves. Yeah, it depends on the translation. Alright. So, reading is hard. Leave me alone! I'm with you, Mike. Alright. If a bunch of fishermen and the odd tax collector could figure out how to lead church service, anybody can. It just takes effort and will. Yeah. I guess you're right. I mean, Moses had, from what I understand, a speech impediment, and he didn't want to be called to speak for God. So, not that I'm speaking for God. I'm just saying. Gosh darn it! Why is this like locked? Chat. Restream chat. Let me refresh this real quick. I feel like this has stopped running. Chat is waiting for new messages. Alright. Doesn't it say in the Bible that where two or more are gathered in my name, I'll be there? So wouldn't it be the same as church? Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, Call a friend, call two, call three, and just make a point to get together regularly. David Peterson says, I think God is using more than you realize. You're doing a good thing here. Well, I hope I'm doing something good, because I'm doing it every day. John Mayle. Webster's Dictionary, a body or organization of religious believers. We come for the words of Blacklist Universe. We stay for the snide remarks of John Mayle. I'll try to make friends, Mike, but humans are the worst. They're also the best. Sketch. They're the worst and the best. There's a whole range of humanity that you're ignoring. Yeppers, your channel is a good fellowship. Thanks, Mike. Okay. Yeah, it is in the one sense, but, is that what this is? Is this just a refuge for those who refuse to actually go make real living human friends? Am I like creating a I don't know. I just want you guys to have real friends. I've only broken bread with one person in this chat. And that's Gary Shipman, Artist Pro. A safe space. Oh, Unchained, you had to go there. Welcome to social media, Mike. Can we kick Gary from this refuge from those who refuse to make real human friends? Don't make me go outside. There's a burning ball of fire in the sky. Oh, good. Xcal has real friends. That's good. That's good, Xcal. You don't have to shame us, Mike. I just want you to go outside and stare at the burning ball of fire in the sky. Think of yourself as a stepping stone and have faith that God will take it from there. David, I need to focus on the crypto coin thing. We need to talk about that some more. Don't let that slide. David has real friends too. Good. Good. Cubstodon says, is the requirements of a bishop pastor if the home church doesn't have that, it's not a church? 1 Timothy 3. Well, I know what the requirements are. Don't call me Father, Black Wolf. Don't call me Father. Not even in jest. That's the Bible. The Bible is adamant that actually Jesus' own words. Call no man Father, but the Lord our God. Ready when you are. Right on, right on. Rezekai had friends until they found out I listened to Mike Miller streams. Things went downhill after that, but it's okay. I prefer Mike Miller's hair over them. You guys are killing me. You're killing me. Killing me, Smalls. Let's see. Alright, I think I'm going to wrap this one up. I know you guys want to continue to make fun of me trying to get you to go outside, but I have things to do, and so do you. So get out there, forsake not. What are the words? I know I call it fellowship, but the gathering together, and now I can't find it. I lost it. Yeah, don't forsake each other, man. Don't forsake each other. Get out there and make some real relationships. All right, guys. And yeah, if you want to support the channel, then you can support my business. Oh shoot, I still have the mystery pack in the thing. The mystery pack's gone, by the way. I deleted that, so sorry. It's in the description. I'll delete that too. But anyways, I will be hopefully launching Lone Star 2 on Thursday. That's the plan. Hopefully. I did get all my... Well, not all of them. I'm still waiting for cover B. But hopefully I'll be able to wrap that up and get things going on Thursday. So, thanks all for being here. We will see you at some other point during the day, I think. And thanks for the lemons. Even the lemons. That's what this is. Hiding in caves. Sunday school. Anyways, God bless. Be good. I hope you guys watched some of that Easter stream if you were around. I thought there was some good stuff on there that needed to be rewatched. I'll be praying that all of you pay for your sins in hell. That wasn't me. That was Ethan Van Sciver. So take it up with him. All right, guys. Love you all. We will see you in a bit, I guess. God bless.